This is not an executioner. This is something entirely new from me. Unless there's somebody out there with a chassis out there called the Carbon X, this is now the Carbon X. I looked, didn't see one, so had a few of my guys looking around. We didn't see one, so if you find one or if you know of one that's, out there, that's actually out there working and all that, guys, let me introduce you to the Carbon X. Now, it's absolutely not an executioner. It's not anywhere near it. The chassis is currently printed. It's just the piece right here. I don't have any ends on it. I do feel the chassis is at the point that I sent the files off to get some made out of carbon. These will be very, very limited right now until we get all the testing done on these. I've taken this for a drive. I know there's a few issues with it as it sits right here. So, but before I get into all that, let's go do the drive, and I got an email story to tell you. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, the body is horrible. Get the right body on this thing. Got to get a double bend on the links. I see that. They are hanging way down there. That body makes it look horrible. But hey, it's good camouflage. Very first drive out with this thing. Pretty good. What I'm on. That's what I'm on. All right, that makes sense now. Why that wasn't settling. All right. Wonder if I can stay on this. I've not cut these knuckles or anything, so looks like it may actually. Oh, steering link caught me. Look at this. Move that up a little bit. Wasn't expecting it to stick that line, to be honest with you. Yeah, this is the very first time this thing has touched the rocks. So, and as far as the chassis goes, it's definitely new, especially from me. So I'm just trying to watch everything I can. You guys watch this. Give me your opinion on it. The body is there just basically to help hold things in place right now. But I know I got to do some rear bend or double bend rear links. That's got to happen. Oh, and there was its first crash. I'm looking at the characteristics of how things are working and not working, what needs to be addressed. I mean, the biggest thing that I noticed is obviously the rear links need that double bend pretty bad. That front end to settle down. Let me see where we're at here. Nice pull there. I really like the way this thing is working out. Just a few things that obviously, dude, that was a really good turn right there. What am I hung on now? Well, apparently it wasn't going to show me what it was hung on. And that body all jacked up looks really, really bad. Let's see here. All right. Oh, nope. As soon as that front end starts to go the wrong direction, it's over. Really got to do a double bend on those rear links. Let's see if we can stick this Got to get that to stick right up into here. Nasty undercut right there. It's fairly stable, I got to admit. For a first drive, I really think it's doing really good. I know it's not going to take it to the left. I know that's not going to be the case. And I got to get that front left tire into that groove area. Once I get that, right now the back isn't doing much of anything. Oh, there it was. I do got to tell you, for a first drive, I think this is really, really good. My battery hold down situation is absolutely horrible. The body situation is really bad. Got my little wire hanging out down bottom. Overall, the way it's acting looks pretty darn decent. I kind of figured that was going to happen. See what we can do up Tatsumaki. That is horrible. It's like some dude in the woods with his hat on backwards. Oh my goodness. There we go. See what we can do here. I'll push the body back up a little bit. All right. That thing looks so bad. Driving well, body is really bad. In fact, the body is so bad it makes everything look bad. Okay, so after that drive, there's a few things. I really got to double bend the rear links. So I've got to do that. After doing the other two executioners with the slam skid, man, I tell you, I think I'm going to go back to top servo. The best servo that I have found, the best axle design with a servo, is the Deluxe. That thing lays down. It's beautiful on their axles. So great job on that, man. I don't have that option with the Mias. But the Mias, they have benefits over that axle in other ways. But we'll leave that debate later. But regardless of all that, the truck for its very first drive did really good. The rear was a little unsettled, and I found out why. When you put the rear diff skid on there, you got to put the drive shaft and kind of drive it down in there and let it melt its groove. You got to let it make that groove in there. I didn't do that. So the drive shaft had a little bit of interference on that. Overall, the truck actually, well, yeah, you can see all this. It's actually pretty darn good. I was running a Furatech Python X in it with the Furatech motor. I'm going to take the raw 500 brass out and put the raw 500 normal on top. I've got a new skid done. I'm going to put a Fusion in here because I want to see how that works. I got to do that. I might put the servo on here and run 4S on this just to see how it works like that. But I could also put the, if I put the servo on top, I could put the longer skid for the Fusion and have more of a slip skid design in there. But regardless of all that, this thing right here actually did really good for its first drive. So with that said, let's talk about the email. So the email starts out with designation X. Apparently, somebody out there in the industry has a designation of the letter X. People have been signing and using the X since before we were ever a thought, you included. So, and if you have a problem with somebody using the letter X that's not fonted, that's not a trademark version, because you can't trademark the X, you can't patent the X unless it's fonted special for you or logoized. So, like, look at Twitter. And after I returned the email, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if he sent Elon this email. Yeah, right. Well, needless to say, I'm not going to worry about it one bit. but I did think it was actually worthwhile mentioning. So, but regardless of all that, this right here is a completely new chassis. It's not an executioner chassis. It's not an Exorcist chassis. I do feel, however, this might sound a little bit crazy, I kind of feel I can take this chassis in a shortened configuration and be better for the Exorcist than what the Exorcist is. Just a thought. So the Exorcist is still on my platform, on my list of things to do. I just haven't got it to where I feel it's ready yet. So until I get that to where I feel it's ready, I have a few testers with the trucks, and they've got them running pretty darn good, really good. But I've got to be really comfortable with that platform before I release it. I'm not going to release something that's just going to go out there and just fail. I try not to do that. So, but anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. This is the Carbon X, unless things change. And I have got to somehow figure out a body mount, put something on here. The full chassis, when it's done, will have all the ends to it, so it will be SORCA legal and all that. Well, anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Check that description. You guys stay tuned on this. I might just throw some 525s on it and give it a drive. Who knows? Maybe this will become the Exorcist. Guys, check that description. Use those links. Hit that subscribe, ring that bell, and you all have a fantastic day. If you're still watching, you are top shelf. You are the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter. You are phenomenal. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Now, down below, there are links for the products you see. Also for channel memberships, if you guys want to be a part. Channel members get early viewing on pretty much everything that I can. So, guys, check that description. There's a lot of info down there. Thank you all for watching.